Good evening and welcome to Doordarshan Kendra Kohima. I'm Wabang Lumla with the news. First, the headlines. Advisor Mathan Yanthan says Northeast India is globally recognized as hotspot of agro-biodiversity. Indian Red Cross Society Nagaland State Branch observes its 44th anniversary. Chief Organizer of All India Congress Committee Sevadal, Lalji Desai in Nagaland as part of the campaign. India and Israel exchanges multiple memoranda of understanding on several areas. And now the news in details. Advisor for Agriculture Nagaland, Mathan Yandan, today underscored that Northeast India is globally recognized as a hotspot of agro-biodiversity. The advisor was speaking at the Northeast Festival of Rice, Grains of Heritage at the Agri Expo in Chamukedima district. The event, funded by the Northeastern Council, NEC Shillong, and organized by Indian National Trust for Art and Culture Heritage, INTAC Nagaland chapter, among other departments. Highlighting the cultural significance of rice, he said that rice is not merely an agricultural commodity but life, identity and heritage for the people of the Northeast. Mathan said Nagaland alone reportedly have over 200 identified indigenous rice land races adapted to specific microclimates and terrains over centuries. He cautioned, however, that many traditional varieties are at the risk of degeneration and called upon scientists, researchers and stakeholders to deliberate intensively on their conservation and scientific advancement during the two-day workshop. Drawing attention to climate change and its impact on agriculture, he noted that erratic rainfall, floods, droughts and pest outbreaks pose serious challenges to our food system. Mathan emphasized the need to develop climate-resilient and short-duration rice varieties that ensure higher productivity while preserving traditional germplasm. The Indian Red Cross Society IRCS Nagaland State Branch observed its 44th anniversary today at the Red Cross Complex in Kohima. The milestone event was highlighted by the formal launching of a new hearse ambulance donated by Minister P. Paiwang Konyak in memory of his late parents, aimed at strengthening the branch's humanitarian services for the community. Speaking on the occasion, founding member and former Minister Dr. Nikki Kiri emphasized the importance of continued community service, compassion and volunteerism, which have been the cornerstone of the organization's work over the past 4 decades. He said that the smallest thing that we can do is a big thing for others and urged the people to do humanitarian services for the welfare of the people. A short speech was also delivered by the patron of Indian Red Cross Society in Nagaland, Y. Kiketo Sema. The founding day brought together founding members, former officials and managing committee members to reflect on over 4 decades of service.
The International Committee of the Red Cross, the ICRC. It is a neutral, independent institution.
What a day of rejoicing
for the good job that they have done for us, and it is you who has sustained it, you have watered it, and we should thank God Almighty.
We can always help out even in the smallest way, but many people today we think that people will expect this much and expect that much. Let us forget the amount or the size of what we can do. Even the smallest thing where we can help our colleagues or unknown people.
Chief Organizer of the All India Congress Committee, AICC Sevadal, and AICC Observer, Lalji Desai, is visiting Nagaland as part of the campaign. Addressing a press conference at the Congress Bhavan in Kohima today, Desai said the Sangathan Srujan Abhiyan seeks to amplify the voices of Congress workers from the grassroots, from booth and block levels to districts, ensuring that your opinions, feedback and recommendations shape the party's future course. He remarked that the political perception across India is gradually shifting with growing opposition to the ruling Dispensation Act standard. However, he stressed that alongside political opposition, there is an urgent need to internally transform and strengthen the Indian National Congress. In this regard, he said the initiative has been launched under the leadership of Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge. Explaining the guiding principle of the campaign, Sangathan Sarvapari organization is supreme, Desai said the structure of the party must remain paramount and not be overshadowed by the electoral wing.
Our organization, so that's why Rahulji and Kharge to get together, they decided to have a Sangathan in India. In this process, we are saying the Sangathan Sarvopari, it's a Hindi word. Basically, the organization is a deciding factor, not the electoral body, because the electoral body cannot dominate organization, and that is why this process is started all over India, one by one state. We have a successful, we started from the Gujarat, then we did it in Haryana, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Punjab, and Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and many other states.
India and Israel exchanged multiple memoranda of understanding MOUs on several areas, including cultural exchanges, geophysical exploration, fisheries and aquaculture, UPI, and advancing education through the use of artificial intelligence. The MOUs were exchanged after delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu. In his press statement, Modi said the India-Israel relationship is founded on the strong bedrock of deep trust, shared democratic values and profound human sensitivities. He said the bond has stood the test of time. The Prime Minister said today both sides have taken the historic decision to elevate the time-tested partnership to the status of a special strategic partnership.
Thank you both. And now, the Memorandum of Understanding for Development of the National Maritime Heritage Complex in Lothal will be signed by the Minister of Heritage, Mr. Amichai Eliyahu, and the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jai Shankar. Please take the stage. Thank you. Thank you both. And now the Declaration of Intent in the field of horizon scanning will be signed by the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Ms. Gila Gamliel, and External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jai Shankar. Please take the stage.
An additional Chief Secretary of Agriculture, Nagaland, V. Shashank Shekhar, has called on senior officials to ensure that the government machinery functions efficiently for the welfare of the common people. Addressing the two-day training program on ethics and values in public governance for senior-level government officers in Kohima today, he exhorted the officer trainees to set an example of integrity as they hold more responsibilities in the state government. Shekhar also emphasized that any deviation from the government code of ethics can lead to undesirable situation of government funds not reaching the most deserving and vulnerable section of society, which is an offense not only in the legal sense but also in terms of moral and social values. The training is being attended by 25 NCAs and LSS officers in the rank of Joint Secretary and Additional Secretary of the Government of Nagaland. The training is conducted in collaboration with the Department of Personal and Administrative Reforms, Government of Nagaland and Institute of Secretariat Training and Management, New Delhi. The training module will cover topics on framework of ethical governance, care for and integration with self, others and environment and ethical dilemma. We will now take a short break. Please stay tuned.
चेक
जाना पड़ेगा।
अरे गेम छोड़ के
1 महीना हो गया कंप्लेंट किए हुए, बैंक रिफंड ही नहीं कर रहा है। कंप्लेंट करनी है।
अरे बैठिए बैठिए यहीं से कर लीजिए आरबीआई के ऑम्बुड्समैन को।
कैसे?
आरबीआई अधिकृत बैंक, एनबीएफसी या डिजिटल लेन देन के जितने भी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं उनकी शिकायत आप कर सकते हैं घर बैठे बैठे आरबीआई के सीएमएस पोर्टल पर। ये हो गया चेकमेट। कंप्लेंट करेंगे क्या? आरबीआई कहता है
जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Back. Acting on orders issued by the government of Nagaland, the Dimapur District Administration carried out an inspection of various check gates across Dimapur yesterday, directing the immediate closure of all unauthorized gates operating in the district. The inspection team was led by SDO Civil Dimapur Wiridin and accompanied by ADCB Kilam Dushi Jamir, police and Dupashi officials. The move comes in response to continued reports of alleged illegal collection of money from vehicles by certain organizations, groups, government agencies and private individuals, despite several directives issued in the past. The authorities stated that specific instructions will be issued for the dismantling and complete removal of the structures. All check gates set up by departments, municipal bodies and town councils were ordered to strictly comply with the directive. The annual review cum planning workshop of the Forest and Biodiversity Management in the Himalaya Nagaland project, co-financed by the Federal Republic of Germany, commenced today at the conference hall in the Forest Office Complex in Kohima. The two-day workshop is aimed at reviewing progress and charting the roadmap for the next phase of implementation. Addressing the gathering, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests and Head of Forest Force, Nagaland's Vedpal Singh emphasized the need to institutionalize all interventions under the project to ensure sustainability beyond individuals. Singh stressed that review meetings must result in measurable and implementable decisions. He also cautioned against spreading resources too thinly and suggested intensive interventions in selected locations to create demonstrative and replicable models. Highlighting the importance of visible and relatable issues, Singh called for strengthening components such as human-wildlife conflict mitigation to enhance public engagement and institutional support. Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services conducted district-level workshop on animal welfare awareness under the theme A Call to Care at CVO office in Peg District today. Chief Veterinary Officer, Peg District Dr. E. Mulami Lot, in a keynote address said that the program was organized to spread awareness for animal care and that we are responsible for their well-being and protection. Speaking on sensitization of animal welfare as resource person, retainer lawyer, Peg District Legal Services Authority, Sekul Soroka, highlighted the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960 for animals' welfare and an appeal to the citizens and pet owners to provide suitable environment and proper care to these animals. Extra Assistant Commissioner of Peg District Im Nasla Walling outlined the functions of District Level Committee for Protection of Animals. In the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, India will take on Zimbabwe in the Super 8 Group 1 match at M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai this evening. The match will start at 7 p.m. Hosts India face a must-win situation today and in their final group match against the West Indies on Sunday to keep their semi-final hopes alive. Yesterday, New Zealand defeated Sri Lanka by 61 runs in their Group 2 Super 8 clash at R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Let us now look at the weather reports of the district headquarters of Nagaland.
Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 9 degrees Celsius, while Dimapur had a maximum temperature of 29 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. Wokha experienced a maximum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 14 degrees Celsius. Mongkokchung had a maximum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 11 degrees Celsius. Mon had a maximum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 14 degrees Celsius. Towards the east, Twinsang had a maximum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 7 degrees Celsius. Zinabuto had a maximum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 8 degrees Celsius. Peg had a maximum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 7 degrees Celsius. That's all for the weather report.
To end the news is a recap of the main points. Advisor Mata Yantan says Northeast India is globally recognized as hotspot of agrobiodiversity. Indian Red Cross Society Nagaland State Branch observes its 44th anniversary. Chief Organizer of All India Congress Committee Seva Dal, Lalji Desai in Nagaland as part of the campaign. India and Israel exchanges multiple memoranda of understanding on several areas. And with this, we have come to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for watching and good night.